Hello guys, welcome back to Java session. Today we are going to cover what is the importance of this JDBC, what is this JDBC architecture, and then followed by what are the essential components within this JDBC to connect with the database. This is the part we are going to cover, beta, right? So now coming to this JDBC architecture. So what is this JDBC? Why we use this JDBC means, as we know, if you want to connect a Java application to the database, we need this JDBC architecture, right? Let's say, sir, I have this is my Java application. I want to connect my Java application to the database. So in this particular scenario, we are going to use this JDBC API. There we follow internally. This is the architecture. By using this architecture, we will connect our Java application to the databases. Now, assume this is my X application, right? I want to connect to the different databases, right? So here I'm taking the different databases as Oracle, MySQL, data sources, something, Sybase database or MongoDB. You can assume anything, any other database, right? Now, what the Java application will do, it sends request to the JDBC API. This JDBC API internally, it contains the different classes and different interfaces which are used to establish the connection. It will establish the connection, it will execute the query, it will get the response, and it will present the response to the user. All these operations are going to be done by the JDBC API. So this Java application, whenever it sends the request to the JDBC API, what the JDBC API will do, it will internally, it calls the driver manager class. Here I said different classes and interfaces are there within the JDBC API. There one of the component is driver manager class. Sir, what is this driver manager class? What it will do means, but it maintains all the database drivers. That in the sense, whatever the databases we are here, Oracle, MySQL, or ODBC data source. So these databases drivers are there in the driver manager class. That means this driver manager class, it is responsible for maintaining the drivers of different databases, right? It maintains the driver of MySQL. It maintains the driver of Oracle. It maintains the driver of other databases. If you have any other databases, so those databases, they are going to register within the driver manager class, right? So whenever we receive any request from the Java application, immediately this driver manager class, it checks about the availability of that particular database driver. Let us assume, sir, as a Java application, I am sending request to the JDBC API, like I want to connect with the MySQL database. So immediately this JDBC API, it forwards the request to the driver manager class. This driver manager class, it will verify about the MySQL driver. Do we have the MySQL driver or not? Whether the MySQL database is registered within the driver manager class or not. If it is registered, then the database driver is available with the driver manager class. Yes. Yeah, you want to connect with MySQL database. I have the MySQL driver. It will pass that driver to the Java application. By using the driver, we can connect to that particular database. For example, sir, let's say I want to connect with the MongoDB, or I want to connect with some other database. So the application is requesting to connect with the Mongo database, right? So that request will be forwarded to the driver manager class. It verifies about the database driver, whether the driver is available or not within the driver manager class. So here the MongoDB database is not available, then immediately this driver manager class, it sends a negative acknowledgement by stating a message like the requested database driver is not available, or the database is not existed, or you can try again later. This kind of negative response will be sent back to the JDBC API. JDBC API will forward that response to the Java application, right? This is how Java application sends request to the JDBC API. JDBC API, it forwards the request to the internal component, that is driver manager class, which is responsible for maintaining the drivers. Then it identifies the relevant driver. If the driver is identified, by using the driver, it establishes the connection with that particular database. This is all about the JDBC architecture. By using this architecture, a Java application can connect to the database, right? Now, sir, you are saying we have some internal components to connect with the database. Sir, what are the JDBC internal components? Now we will see beta. Yeah, beta. These are the components of JDBC. By using these components, every Java application that can connect to the database and it can make a connection, it can execute the queries, we can get the response, and that response will be displayed on the Java application by using presentation layer and all. Now we will understand why one by one. But before getting into the components, first you should understand a simple story so that you can understand this internal components very easily. Let us assume this is Hyderabad, right? Of course, we are in Hyderabad. This is some other place, new place, let's say Mumbai, right? Now here they understand Hindi, they know only Hindi. Here I'm the one, I know only Telugu, assume. I don't know Hindi, right? I have money. What I want to do? I want to buy some precious diamond which is there in Mumbai, right? So in Mumbai, diamonds are very cheap. For diamond, we are getting a diamond at the rate of 1 rupee, assume, right? Now I want to buy this diamond, but I know Telugu only. I'm staying in Hyderabad, right? The diamonds are there in Mumbai. The one who is selling these diamonds, he know only Hindi, right? Now assume the things which we need to get those diamonds. First thing, sir, I need to carry the amount from Hyderabad to Mumbai. So I need a vehicle to carry the amount from the Hyderabad to Mumbai. Then, sir, I want the path, the road connectivity from Hyderabad to Mumbai, right? First, we are taking a vehicle, then we need the route map, path, or you can say route map. Yes, I got the route map from Hyderabad to Mumbai. Then to drive this vehicle, we need the driver. Yes, we are taking the driver to drive the vehicle. So who can take us into the destination? Now we taken money, all money. We are started from Hyderabad to Mumbai. So the connectivity is road connectivity. That in the sense, we need the connectivity. By using that connectivity, we are moving. We are moving from Hyderabad to there, Delhi or Mumbai. Now you reached here. What you will do? You will hand over your money to that particular guy, right? But what they can understand Hindi. What do you know? You know only Telugu. That in the sense, you need translator who converts this Telugu to Hindi and Hindi to Telugu, right? That in the sense, some mediator is required to translate these Telugu instructions to Hindi, Hindi to Telugu, right? Then somehow you hired some translator who is doing that job and you are handed your money, right? Whenever you are giving money, what will happen? They will give you the diamonds. This is the result which we got for this money, right? We'll keep the diamonds in the vehicle and we'll bring that vehicle from again Hyderabad to Mumbai and we will hand over to this guy, right? This is the story. Sir, what is the moral of the story means? Now understand the concept of JDBC. This is the same thing which we are following. This is your Java application. Java application, it knows only Java. This is your database, like where we were buying those diamonds, right? That understands only SQL. We are calling it as a database, right? The vehicle which we are hiring to transport, that is called as statement interface in our JDBC API. What is the purpose of this statement interface means? What is the purpose of vehicle? Which carries the things from Java application or Hyderabad to Mumbai, Mumbai to Hyderabad. Same way, statement interface, it carries the queries from the Java application to the SQL or database. Whenever you execute those statements and database will generate the result, right? So to hold that result, again, we are using the same vehicle and it brings back that result from the database to the Java application. That is the purpose of this statement interface. this is one component of JDBC API, right? So I'm concluding this statement interface, which is responsible for carrying the queries from the Java application to the database. When you execute the queries on the database, you'll get the result. That result will be carried from database to the Java application. This is only the purpose of this statement interface. Then, sir, who will establish the connection from the Java application to the database? To establish the connection, we need the connection interface. So the role of the connection interface is which is used for establishing the connection from the Java application to the database. That is the purpose of the connection interface. But here statement is also interface, connection is also interface, right? Then coming to the third component, sir, we have something called as driver. So better this driver is holding the path from, by using that path only, we are able to establish the connection from the Java application to the database, right? Driver is responsible to hold the path where the database is existed, what is the username, what is the password, and whether it is developed for commercial purpose or not, in which location it is, whether it is in the local host or somewhere else, that entire details will be available in the driver. And coming to the driver manager, as we discussed earlier, driver manager, it's a class beta, which is responsible to manage the drivers of different databases. Whenever any request comes to the driver manager class by Java application, let's say some Java application sending request to the driver manager class stating that I want to connect to so on so database, then driver manager class, it immediately verifies whether the requested driver is available or not. If the requested driver is available, then it provides a driver. By using the driver, we can connect to the database. If the requested driver is not available, it sends a negative acknowledgement to the JDBC API, from JDBC API to Java application. This is how driver manager class, it is going to manage the drivers of different databases. Whenever we send request, it will match the requested driver is available or not. If it is available, it provides the driver. Otherwise, it sends the negative acknowledgement to the Java application. That is the purpose of the driver interface. Then, driver manager class. Then coming to the result set class. But as I told you, whenever you are giving money, they will give you diamonds. Same way, whenever you are executing the query on the database, what the database will do? Database will generate the response, right? Here, we are the Java application. This Java application, by using this, we are sending a query to the database, right? Whenever you are executing the query on the database, obviously database will generate the response. That response, I want to hold that response. You can hold it in the result set class. So that is the purpose of the result set class, which is responsible to hold the result which is generated by the database. Now we will bring back that result from database to Java application by using statement interface, and we will produce the result at the client part, right? This is the role of the result set class beta. Now these are all the different 5 components which are related to JDBC: driver manager class, driver interface, connection interface, statement interface, and result set class. In the next session, what we will do, we will see how to write the program to establish the connection, to perform the code operations. That all the part we will see. We are going to handle all lab programs in the video session. Chalo guys, in the next video session. Thank you.